Hello, Packer fans. Welcome to Packer Talk with Green with my special guest,
Joe Cool Truesdale.
Good to meet you.
Nice
And you are, sir?
Jason Toddler Tollard.
Thank you, gentlemen, for coming tonight. We're going to talk about a disappointing loss in the Silverdome Pontiac last Sunday with Barry Sanders and company over there and Coach Ross. And now we're 3-2. And we'll look at the tote board, gentlemen, here. Well, first of all, I better introduce my sponsors. It's Audio Plus, Coca-Cola, and Ratchet Deb's Pizza in town here. But anyway, look at the tote board, gentlemen. Time of possession is, go ahead, read it. One of you guys can read it. Or share it a piece, or go ahead.
Packers had 29 minutes and the Lions had 30 minutes. The first downs, Packers came up with 23, but the Lions got 18. Total yardage, Packers got 400, but the Lions got 375. Favre, oops, he just couldn't do his magic. Barry's Barry doing his stuff. 4 turnovers, most of them dropped balls, and that 1 interception from Favre. Lions just came to play, did good. BB, ouch. Michaels and Mays and Chewy, all of them just couldn't play. Lions dominated Holmgren. He only won 5 out of 6 games at Lions. Packers were bottomed out. Hopefully there's nowhere else to go but up, and we can only get better.
Okay, now, Jason, you want to start the show off, or first of all, you go to what school do you go to?
South Park Middle School.
South Park Middle School, and you're both 7th graders, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, now, do you have a lot of Packer fans in your school?
Oh, yeah.
Or quite a few?
Yeah.
Okay, I know you have some other teams we won't talk about much, but we know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so now, do you watch some? I know kids. When I was a kid, I liked playing football outside in the yard and stuff, in nice weather and stuff. And I really didn't pay much attention to other football games on TV and stuff, being in only 7th grade.
Yeah.
But did you watch much of the game, and what do you think about some of that stuff that was going on there? I want to talk about Brett Favre and his sort of the problems that he had that day a little bit, which stems from the offensive line blocking and not picking up the blitzes and the stuff that the defense has sent us. So what do you want to talk about? Anything?
Yeah, well, the pocket just always collapsed. The offensive line could not hold it together, and that one pass that Favre threw on his knees and just couldn't do it.
Well, Jason, though, Brett Favre is an improvisational quarterback, and he does a lot of stuff on the outside, and he does a lot of things on the run. But some of the stuff that reminds me of the early days of Brett Favre, when he's trying to make too many things happen, Jason, correct?
Yeah.
He should have maybe ate the ball or thrown out of bounds or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Instead of, that cost him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got to, I mean, he really should. He knows better than that. I don't know why he did it, but he's trying to make things happen, but he knows he probably should have ate the ball, right?
Yeah, taking too many risks.
Okay, the 1997 season, gentlemen, hasn't worked out all that well for us. We've done a lot of things incorrect. Now, turnovers is one of the things that we have had trouble with this year. And this past week at the Silverdome in Pontiac, in Detroit, we had 4 turnovers. Brett Favre had 3 interceptions, and Dorsey Levens had that fumble after the ball about the 3-yard line came out and he got the ball on that. So, what do you propose that the coaching staff and/or the players do to figure out or to eliminate some of these turnovers that we've been having in '97? What do you think is lacking? Concentration or mental attitude or preparation? What is it?
I think.
Go ahead.
I think that Brett Favre should never thrown it when he was on his knees.
Right.
That's one of the problems, I think.
Okay, and we should have probably ate the ball or done some other than some of that stuff. But Dorsey Levens, now Edgar Bennett, we miss Edgar Bennett. Unfortunately, we won't be having him this year, and he never, very, very, very seldom fumbled a ball. And Dorsey Levens is basically the people that play for Brett, Coach Mike, have pretty good hands.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But this year so far, we haven't had very good hands.
No.
And we've had 4 turnovers, and Brett Favre had 3 interceptions. They won at the end of the game, maybe, but then they won for a touchdown and all that kind of stuff. And Dorsey Levens fumble, and we have to hold on to the ball a lot better than that, don't we?
Yes, we
Yeah.
do.
You really cannot give a professional football team 4 turnovers too often and expect to win a ball game.
Exactly. That's
Okay.
not good.
How about we'll talk about Don Beebe. Would he take a hit or what?
Yeah, that was really crucial. I'm surprised the refs didn't call it personal.
Yeah, maybe not on the hit so much, but for that sort of that takedown by the collar sort of thing and spinning them backwards sort of a thing.
Yeah, that was.
You know,
that was
maybe You know, that was maybe kind of extracurricular sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, speaking of extracurricular activity with the hits and stuff upon the Green Bay Packers, you think that we're the champions, okay? And everybody wants to come out us and beat us, and this is somewhat their Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You think that teams are not really headhunting, but they really want to put a hurt on the Green Bay Packers, don't they? It seems that way.
Yeah.
Sometimes that there's an extra shot here or there, and a little bit of extra stuff upon the Packer players in the on the game. Now I got on the top board here, gentlemen. It says bottomed out. Now you know what that means, right, Jason?
Yeah.
It means we can't get any better but going up, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Nowhere
You
else.
know,
to go
remember, we have 11 games left.
Yes.
The season's, I hope you Packer fans out there are not, please don't bail out on the Packers. I mean, they're a great football team. We know we've done some things wrong and things aren't working out that way with injuries and turnovers, and the season hasn't looked all that pretty. But we're 3-2, and we have to sort of start fresh this week, gentlemen.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Okay, let's forget the first 5 games, and let's make do with the next 11 games and take care of what. But you know, you think that some of the players and coaching staffs have too much on their minds, or what? Do you think they're lackadaisical in their thought, or how come that the Packers aren't looking like the '96 team?
I just think they're trying too hard. They're not just trying to have fun. They're just trying to win too much.
That's a very good point, Joe. They're not having fun. I think they're more concerned of trying too hard, maybe to force or press themselves a little bit too much.
That's right.
I think you brought that very good point. I think they should. They say football players are supposed to go, athletes are supposed to go and have fun,
Yeah, exactly.
and then take it from there. And maybe they are missing that fun thing because maybe there's more. There's a lot of challenges upon them because of the repeat, the Super Bowl championships, and everything else.
Yeah.
You know, we have a lot more to lose, so to speak, than the other teams that we play that day. You know,
Exactly.
we can only get better. On the other side, how about Barry? Could you stop Barry Sanders like your dad, that great Buck Tollard?
No.
Isn't he the best athlete ever to come out of Michigan State University?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Barry Sanders is a really good running back, isn't he? It's not the best running back in the National Football League.
Very close.
Yeah.
And you can only somewhat contain him, I should say. You know, and it's so often, he has a 2-yard run or -1 or -2, a 3 or 4 yard run, all of a sudden, boom,
He's gone.
he's gone from 50 or 40 or 50. So, you have to keep an eye on him at all the time, don't you?
Very much so.
And I always say when I talk about Barry Sanders and the good running backs, you have to watch every door, the so-called doors, the back door, the front doors, side doors, and everything else. Because they can cut back and hit a seam. And Barry Sanders, all he needs is a little like this, gentlemen, he's gone.
Yeah.
Like that one run. We thought we had a bottle up at the line and
And then
get through that little crease and gone.
he was gone up
Yes.
to 2.
How about the Detroit Lions? Now, they have a new coaching staff down there.
Yep.
You know the coach of the Detroit Lions, by chance? Bobby Ross. He's from Georgia Tech College, but then he was out in San Diego.
Yeah.
And so he had a pretty good year out in San Diego, but now he's in Detroit. And so that's a new scheme over there. And when you have a new coaching staff, you always think that, well, it'll take them a while to allocate the players to the staff and their ideas, what's going on. But apparently that Bobby Ross has got that Detroit Lion team somewhat focused on what they got to do
Yeah.
over there. And so what else we got to talk about? Oh, we talk about Mike Holmgren. Coach Mike has only won 1 game out of 6 in Detroit. Now we see he has problems in Minnesota. He hasn't won in Minnesota, and he's only won one time in Detroit. With the turf and the domes, what seems to be the problem, you think, Jason, with the domes?
I don't know.
Is it the I don't know. There's something missing over there. Is it the?
Yeah. They might not be used to the AstroTurf or the noise or something.
But they've been. They go to a lot of other places and they seem to do pretty well. But in our division with Detroit and Minnesota, we have a tough time with the two divisional home territories over there. So you guys don't get to many football. You ever get to many football games? I know you're young. You will someday.
Yeah.
And you want to wear some green makeup? It looks good on you. But anyway, so now. But anyway, do you get to many football games at all, guys?
I've gotten to a couple of them.
Preseason games or regular
I've gotten
season games?
to a preseason game and 1 regular season game.
How about you there?
I never gone to a Packer game.
Toddler. Pardon me?
I never gone to a Packer game yet.
I know someday we'd like to get to one of those.
Yeah.
And it's pretty interesting. A lot of fun up there.
It is.
And speaking of being at Lambeau Field, now the Packers have won, I think, 22 in a row at Lambeau. Now, someday that winning streak, gentlemen, will be in jeopardy.
Yes,
And
we will.
hopefully it won't be until 1998 preseason, but we have to wait and see what happens. We have, what team is coming up to Green Bay this weekend?
Buccaneers, 5-0.
Buccaneers.
Buccaneers. And they're playing really well. They're undefeated. Whoever thought that the Buccaneers would be coming Lambeau Field, being undefeated and playing the defending world champion Green Bay Packers? We're 3-2. And Tony Dungy, a great defensive coordinator from Minnesota. You know he's done at Tampa his second year. He's got some talent down there. He's got a 1-2 combination punch, running back and a fullback, and a pass back and a fullback. He's got a somewhat of a proven, unproven quarterback with Trent Dilfer. They got a pretty stingy defense, pretty good defense with, I think Hardy Nickerson's over there. And they got a, they're an aggressive, young team. And I guess they have something to prove, but they're not going to prove it at Lambeau Field.
Definitely
You know,
not.
we'll be 4-2 when the game is through. Okay?
Good.
So, anything else you'd like to talk about, guys?
I think the Packers are going to win because they're in their own territory or place where they usually play at Lambeau
Yeah,
Field.
like I said, there were
with the
22
fans,
I think,
yeah.
fans.
They'll support them.
Do you see a lot of crazy fans up there at Lambeau Field on TV?
Yeah.
Kind of.
You know, I'm
yeah.
not one of them,
No, you're normal.
I'm normal. But anyway, so who are some of your friends that work at school that are big Packer fans besides you guys? How about your teachers? A lot of
Yeah.
teachers,
Yeah.
some
A lot of
teachers that are
teachers.
big Packer fans at South Park?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot
Are
of
they?
them. Except for Mrs. Braden.
She's a
Bears
Bears
fan.
fan.
Well, the Bears. Well, the Bears. I don't know when they're going to win. I picked them to win last week against the Cowboys. They didn't, but
Yeah.
anyway, do you have on Fridays or do you have Packer days on Fridays
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah,
that? Or
we have
Once in a while.
Once in a while.
dress up in Packer clothes
Yeah.
and stuff
Do
like
you have
that.
a lot of kids that dress up in Packer
Yeah,
stuff?
Yep.
lots of them.
Okay, good. Now, you're in 7th grade,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
And how's it in school? You guys have a good
It's
time?
fine.
Good.
Fun?
School.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Well, myself personally, when I go to work on Monday after this loss this past week, I know it takes a while for me to get in the spirit of thing.
Yeah.
Packer football means a lot to me, but then I look at it as the week goes on. I think about the Green Bay Packers and their fans as time. I mean, they've been around the football league for a long time, and they have great things going on for them over a matter of time. And I just love being a Packer fan, win, lose, or draw.
Yeah.
As I say, it's better being an 0-16 Packer fan than a 16-0 Cowpie fan. But anyway, so other than that, what do you guys do for excitement? I mean, you're only in 7th grade, so you
Yeah.
play a little football and
Yeah, we played
Football.
some football yesterday.
you're all straight A's, right?
Kind of.
Kinda.
Not me.
Not me. But go ahead, explain yourself a little bit to the people out there.
Well,
Where do you live? And you go, and of course, you go to South Park
Yeah.
School, and you got is it a Packer family that you're in?
Yeah.
Joe?
a lot. Yes, a lot of people in my family. Almost everybody in our family is a Packer fan.
No. You have a sister that's a what?
Cowpie fan.
No.
Nicole's a Cowpie
Yeah, I
fan.
know Cole's a Cowpie fan.
Brooke is.
Brooke, you're a Packer fan, little girl. I know I love you. But anyway, so I work with your dad. I
Yep.
work with Jason's dad down in Brenner Take Fun Lake, and he's a good guy. I have fun working with him down there, and he was pretty excited about you getting on the show. I'm glad you came on here, guys. So you want to talk about anything else? Like time of possession, we can go back to Topper a little bit, guys.
Yeah.
Time of possession is a key. Only when you do good with it.
Yeah, is when.
It doesn't
Sure.
matter. The Packers are not, I don't like to dwell, it's nice to dwell on some of the things that we had a very exciting season
Yeah.
last year. See, the Packers are a very quick striking team. They could score on any place in the field. They really could. I mean, they could score anywhere. And that's why time of possession really don't mean a lot unless you do with it. So the time of possession really isn't unless you do something with it. First downs are key, especially first downs are key. You don't want to be in second and long or third and long. You get that first down is a very important play in the National Football League. Total yards is another thing that doesn't really mean a lot of things, but the Packers have 400 yards, gentlemen. That's 4 times up and down a football field now. You only get 15 points out of it.
Doesn't
Doesn't mean anything. And stuff. Speaking of points, how about Ross Burba with that tackle eligible thing with that Brett Favre pass and I don't know, Ross Burba hasn't been in the lineup a lot. And I don't know what kind of hands he has.
Mhm.
I don't know, maybe Rossburg, but maybe shouldn't have been put in that position. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who am I to, I'm not to say. You know, whatever Coach Holmgren does, I guess, with me is fine, but it seems that maybe he shouldn't have been put in there, and some other things that, you know, that 4th and 1,
Yeah,
maybe we should have maybe
should've
punched it
went
in.
for it.
Do you think that Coach Holmgren is somewhat conservative?
Yeah,
A little
kind
bit,
of.
Jason? Or,
Yeah.
He's trying to settle with 3 instead of 6. He should kind of go with the flow and try and go for 6.
loosen up a little bit more?
Yeah.
You know, in fact, Coach Holmgren is known not to really like kickers and punters and such.
Yeah.
You know, he's a aerial kind of a guy and quick strike offense and a running game that's adequate. A running game is not bad. Dorsey Lemons did well. He fumbled the
Yeah.
ball, which might have
Got
been one of the problems, you know, losing this game last Sunday.
Turning
But he had 170 yards and 16 carries, so he's running the ball really pretty well. But then you cannot have the turnovers at the wrong time. No turnover is good, but especially at the wrong time, especially when you're down there in the so-called red
Red
zone.
line. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and that's when it really gets you, it bites you in the butt a little bit. So, and Brett Favre, what university did Brett Favre go to? Little question.
Mississippi.
Okay, well, he went to Mississippi, but what university?
I do
Southern
not.
Mississippi.
Southern Mississippi.
In fact, I watched a little bit of Brett Favre before he was a pro last night on TV, and he was an awful good ball player.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be, like I said before the show started, you can't really be an NFL football player without having some talent to
Yes.
begin with.
Definitely.
And he's got a strong arm, he's a tough attitude, tough character, and MVP 2 years in a row. What do you think about that for Mr.
Yeah.
Brett Favre?
I think that's pretty good.
I don't know.
I don't know
The way
this
things
year.
are going now, Jason and Joe, I don't think
This
Mr.
year.
Brett Favre is going to get the
Yeah,
MVP
not this
of the National Football
not
League
so
right now.
far.
As of it stands
Yeah.
right now, we got 11 games to go, and things can happen, but we don't know. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's a tough. And how about now? Who do you have? Do you have a favorite player, Jason? On
Probably Reggie White.
Reggie White. How
I
about
like Robert Brooks.
Robert
a lot.
Brooks. Okay, one defensive offense, a player. How about Reggie White now? Do you know much about Reggie? You know his contract. How many more years do you think Reggie White will play?
4 or 5.
Well, he signed a 5-year contract extension last year, but you think he's going to play all 5 years of that contract, or?
I
Well, I don't know.
don't know. He's
Yeah.
getting.
He's a
getting
big
up
guy.
there.
Yeah, he's maybe losing half his step
Yeah.
or something. And Robert Brooks, I guess he came back from the injury, didn't
He
he?
did. Yes, he's.
He had a
doing
great
very
game last
well.
week.
He did.
Yes, he did.
He's
Very,
coming
very
back.
good ball. I like him a lot.
He's good.
How about William Henderson? You like William Henderson?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He's pretty good
He's
fullback.
doing nice.
Do you think we should maybe use our other running backs a little bit more, like the Travis Jervey and the Darkins and such? Or is Dorsey Evans and William Henderson going to sort of to be the tandem that is going to be used by Coach Mike?
I don't know. I think Mike's gonna stick with the guys he has now, Henderson and Levins, so far as of now, for
Yeah.
next game and a couple
Okay,
weeks
no, we
ago.
miss Edgar Bennett and stuff. And
Yeah.
Chewy, he got a concussion this past week. I think he'll play. He's very important to us. But that AstroTurf, he took a hit on that AstroTurf, and that stuff is no good for you.
No, it's not.
Now, on the other side, on the defensive side of the ball, now Craig Newsome and Doug Evans were both gone last
Yes.
week. I mean, Craig is out for the season, and Newsome got dinged up, and hopefully he'll be back this week. But no, our defensive guys have given up a lot of points, gentlemen, and a lot of yards, a lot of time of possession,
Yeah.
and a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Fritz Shermer, defensive coordinator, where do you think he should? You know, Leroy Butler's having a pretty solid year. And Gabe Wilkins is doing really good at taking Sean Jones, despite he's got 3
Yeah.
sacks in 5 games. So they do have their moments. But see, it seems like, do you think the intensity, or what's going on with that defensive side of the ball?
It's kind of like spreading out. They're having like maybe like one good play per game, if that. Sometimes they're
Yeah.
they're not out there to have fun. Really, they're just out there to be out there.
I think they're pressing too hard, like you said before.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just not with it. They're forcing penalties a lot. And
Penalties, yeah. I think we had 9 penalties last week, and
Mm-hmm.
that's not usual for Coach Mike's team either. A lot of penalties and stuff. And we'll get to the defense side a little bit. How about Seth Joyner now? Seth Joyner should be back this week. When the Packers started this season, we had all kinds of depth, all kinds of people that fill in the shoes of the starters and so on and so forth. Now, with the injuries of this and that and the other thing, we are depleted a little bit.
Yes.
The so-called second and third string guys, you want to keep the second and third string guys really close to for the starters.
yes.
That's where good teams are. The second and third stringers are pretty good compared to the same line as the starters. But Craig Newsom, we're missing him, I think, more so maybe than Edgar Bennett on the other side of the ball. I don't know. Maybe we're missing both, but Craig Newsom really, I think, is hurting our. He was a great corner.
Yeah.
He was a very, very, very good corner. They might have been going to the Pro Bowl. And speaking of Pro Bowl, I know the Packers. I don't know. They're having a tough time of it. I mean,
They are.
you know, for that Pro Bowl stuff. I know it's kind of early, guys, but you know, they're really not really. Brooks is having a pretty good year. The Doris Evans running the ball pretty well, so they got some people on a pretty good pace to maybe go to the Pro Bowl. But
Yeah.
I always said someday there's going to be 45 Green Bay Packers at the Pro Bowl against the AFC. But anyway, so other than the Green Bay Packers, I know a lot of Packer fans have second teams and such.
Yeah.
Well, no, you guys have another team that you might like to win something.
Yeah, I like the Steelers.
Steelers, okay.
Steelers are pretty good.
Steelers or Cowboys. No, you got how about you, Jason? You got another team?
I like the 49ers.
49ers, they won. They beat Carolina. Speaking of Carolina, the Carolina Panthers last year, I guess, were 9-0 at home. I guess so far this year in the '97 season, they're 0-3. So I don't know, you know, I don't know, maybe they came, surprised everybody or whatever. Maybe that they, you know, they say you surprised and you caught up on some people, but they're 0-3 at home on Carolina right now, the 49ers. Now, speaking of 49ers, how about the great Jerry Rice? Now, he got hurt and he's out for the season, and now they have to do without him, and of course they have a young coach and Steve Mariucci. Who was Steve Mariucci? It had to do with Brett Favre.
Wasn't he?
Was he a quarterback coach?
He was a quarterback coach for college, wasn't
Well, he was a head coach in college,
Yeah.
but he was Brett Favre's quarterback coach.
he? Yeah.
You know, and then he left for college. When did he go to Stanford? I think Stanford or something. But now, yeah, he's the 49ers now, I guess. So, but he's a young coach and doing well and stuff. So, but the Steelers, no, what's their record? Are they
I think
3-2, or they had a bye yet?
they had a bye week.
They had a bye week, so they're probably
Yeah. So I think they're like
2-2 maybe, or have they lost 2 games? I think they've lost 2 games.
I think they're 2-2.
Yeah, the 49ers are 3-1, I believe. They had their bye ready, but they're 3-1.
Yeah.
What else would you like to talk about?
Well, without Jerry Rice, I don't think they're going to do real good.
Well, they seem to be, like I said, Jason, when the superstars are gone, your number one starters are gone due to injuries or whatever, the guys that are second and third string, you have to do a good job. And as they say, you do not know when your number is called, so to speak. You know what I mean? You don't know when you'll be playing, when this guy gets hurt in front of you and stuff. So the talent in the NFL is very good. They're pretty close talent-wise in the NFL. There's some superstars, you know, that may be a little bit above the rest, but overall they're pretty close talent-wise, speed-wise, size-wise, and everything else.
Yeah.
What else would you like to talk about? Anything?
I don't know.
You talked about it already? Of course, I'm going to the game this weekend.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, we're going to pick a score, and so we're talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We got a few minutes, so we're going to pick a score, and then we'll say hi to some folks out there in TV land. So, Jason or Joe,
All right.
you got to go ahead. Whoever, what do you think the score's going to be, or what do you think we're going to have to do to win this ball game?
Well-
It's a very important divisional game
Yeah.
for us.
Well, I think the Packers are going to have to do really good on offense to go over the Buccaneer defense because they're doing really well. I think the Packers are going to come over top like about 28-21 or 24-21, somewhere around there.
No, our defense, Fritz Shermer, we talked about it a little bit ago, has given up a lot of yards and a lot of points. Not so many points, but a lot of yards. And
Yeah.
I don't know if I said this before, but the Packers have given up 10 or 11 or 12, 10 play. They lead the National Football League in giving up 10 play drives. I think we've given up 11 or 12 of them. And that has to come to a screeching halt, guys.
Yeah.
That's too much time on the clock and stuff like this. And you don't want, you know, the defense is on the field a long time, you get tired and stuff and things like this, but we have to, the defense has to come to the forefront also. You know, last year we led the league in what? Defense, points allowed, and offensive points scored. So we are not anywhere near that as of yet.
Yeah.
So both sides of the ball of the Green Bay Packers have to step up. And slow to special teams. Our football team is nowhere compared to the '96 season as of right now. We have a few stars, a few bright moments here and there, but overall, we're really not the same team as the '96. Although 21 of the 22 starters are back from last year,
That's
other than the Sean Jones retirement things
Yeah.
and stuff. So, and Jason, what do you think the score is going to be?
Probably 28, 21 around there.
You guys pretty much on the same
Yeah.
page?
Yeah.
Well, myself personally, 34-10. I don't know what to tell you other than that. They got a good running game, pretty good running game. Bulldozer as a fullback and a nice back work done out there. Hey, maybe the show, it'll be the Brooks and Dunn show. Robert Brooks and Ward Dunn, I think his name is. But anyway, we're home. 22 in the games in a row at Lambeau Field, gentlemen. I'm gonna be there. I hope the crowd's involved in this game. We gotta make a lot of noise. I don't want them hearing nothing.
Yeah.
Tony Dutchy's a great coach. They're 5-0, and you've got to give them respect. They deserve it because they are 5-0.
Yeah.
And but we have to come out here with the win. We're not going to be 3-3. We're going to be 4-2, and we got. Oh, Julie, my wife said we got a couple minutes, so we better say hello to anybody out there, Jason or Joe. Say
No.
hi to your family, your friends at school, teachers, or anybody.
That's okay.
I'd like to say hi to Mrs. Dalish and hi to my mom and dad and my sisters and my cat.
Say hi to somebody. Say hi to your. Go ahead.
I'll say hi to my family
Okay.
and my pets.
And your pets. Okay, you have a couple of big dogs. They're as big as horses. What are their names?
Barney and Clyde.
Barney and Clyde, they weigh about 300 pounds apiece. We're gonna put them up there in Green Bay. We'll put a jersey on them guys.
I'll take care of them.
Yeah, that'll take care of. Yeah. I just want to say hi to the Towler family. I know them really well, and your family. I don't know them, but I'll say hi to them anyway. The Putzer family and all the dartball team. Royal and Bounce, of course, the Bear fans, stick with them. They're gonna win one of these times. Bounce. I'd like to say hi to my wife Julie behind the camera, and my daughter Kristen, my son-in-law Tom. Anybody else that's listening, I hope you enjoyed the show. I also want to say hi to that gentleman I met up at I went to a Packers show in Appleton this past week. I forgot his name. I say hi. Let's say hi to him. He says he watches the show every week and he enjoys the show. So hi to that gentleman. And big win, 4-2. Get back on track. Pay attention to what we're doing. Hold on the ball. Block, tackle, throw, catch. Keep the penalties down to a minimum. Nothing foolish. Play smart. Play intelligent. And let's come out with a win, gentlemen. Okay. I just want to thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
I hope it was fun for you as it was for me. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yep.
20 years from now, we'll have to do the same thing.
All right.
So anyway, I'd like to say thanks for watching the show, my sponsors and stuff. You like my set, guys? You like the Packers
yeah,
stuff?
it's very
Like
neat.
all the helmets and the books and the stuff?
Very nice.
My children, my homegrown way sign. We got a wrap. So Packers. Say it with me, guys. Packers. All right.